Literally just delivered the Super Colossal Spinosaurus. This like randomly went live on the Walmart app yesterday. $50, which is great. I'm not sure if it's part of their Black Friday deals or whatever, but that is an incredible deal. And here it is. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, look at this baby. That is beautiful. It does come with two little minis, and that trike is so cool. It looks like the old Kenner figure. Oh man, this looks so good. Since the Super Colossals happened, which was however many years ago, like 2017, I have been wanting a Spinosaurus. If you know me, you know this is my favorite dinosaur. So we have the main lines, the Hammond collection, and now the Super Colossal. Here is the barcode to help you find this in store. Now, I'm not sure if it's actually gonna hit Walmart stores. If you know anything about Mattel and their run with the Spinosaurus, they haven't always had the smoothest releases, but I will put this in the tag product so you can at least secure it online. What an absolute beast. So the tail, the sail, and both legs are disassembled. You pop them in and they are stuck there. So you cannot take them off again. Otherwise you will destroy this. 3 feet long, 36 inches of total epicness. So let's start at the mouth. Beautiful teeth right here. They have a nice little yellow coloration to them. And they're made out of like a rubberish type of material, not a hard plastic, which is pretty cool. They did do an awesome looking texture to the tongue with a glossy appearance. Now the mouth does open and close. Opens up quite a bit to give that extra bite on a bull Rex neck. Now I love the coloration to the eyes, just that beautiful vivid green color, so nice. It would be interesting to see them do like that realistic glass looking eye like they do with the Hammond collection on some of these Super Colossals. I think that'd be pretty cool. But either way, I love what they did. It's nice and you really can't go wrong with that. Now at the arms there is some articulation, so you can bring them upwards and downwards. Looks like about that far or so. Now there's also some wrist articulation as well. Unfortunately, the claws here at the hands are not painted. I would have liked to have seen that with the Super Colossal. I mean, I think that would be like the icing on top of the cake with this. Now the fingers, or the hand, I guess you could say, is made out of like a softer type of plastic, whereas the entire body is like that more hollow plastic type, which makes it a lot more lightweight. Now at the legs, there is articulation there as well, so you can do like a full running motion like so. You can also have the Spino kind of like standing on both feet, looking straight up in the air, which is a pretty cool scene, kind of like going after the airplane stuck in the tree. Love that. So just basic articulation moving forwards and backwards. We don't have any adduction or abduction going from side to side, which is fine. I mean, the main play feature to this is being able to swallow 20 mini dinosaurs, or even like little humans, like the little 4-inch figures, and being able to like expel them from the belly. So normal articulation forwards and backwards with the legs, pretty straightforward. Now the toes, these claws here, these are painted, which is really nice. Glad to see that. Unfortunately, the dew claw back here is unpainted as well. You know, it's like hit and miss with some of the paint apps on here. Would have liked to have seen that. Again, it would have been really nice at the fingers as well as that dew claw, but it is what it is. I can always apply some paint later if I really wanted to. Now, at the ankles, there's also some articulation. Looks like I can go from side to side like so, and I don't know if I can go a full 360. I'm getting a little bit of resistance, so I'm not going to do it so much. I don't want to break it, but from side to side, that's about as much as you can get right there. And then finally, the last area of articulation is going to be here at the tail. We have a ball joint that sticks in, so you can go up, down, spin it around, all different positions. And it actually works out pretty well if you're going to like do like an action movement with the Spino. You can really use this as like a rudder, I guess, to articulate the Spino and get more of like an action sequence out of it, you know? Oh, and they stuck in some articulation here at the tip of the tail. Nothing too fancy, but just a swivel joint so you can spin it around. Now we have 2 mini dinos included. So we have a little green velociraptor, very cool. And then we have a baby trike. And the second I saw this, I was like, that totally resembles the Kenner baby trike. You know, the one that comes with Eddie Carr. The posing is a little different for sure, but the coloration and just like that white around the eyes is totally like a nod to that Kenner figure. That's a pretty cool call out to that OG line. So the purpose of this, we can open up this Spino's mouth, okay? So open it up and we're just gonna devour these mini dinos like so. And it can fit 20 of them, which is pretty awesome. Now, once they're inside digesting, you can go ahead and just pop them on out. We have that little hatch underneath here, and they will just kind of fall out, and then you can do it all over again. So we know that this Spino can swallow these mini dinosaurs, no problem. It can also do like the little 4-inch humans from the main line. And then also Alan Grant, sorry buddy, but from the Amber collection, he can also fit in there as well. And to be honest, you could probably fit a lot of other things in there, but they're going to advertise the mini dinosaurs because that's what works the best with this. I could probably fit in a few of the Hammond collection raptors as well. I just have to like straighten out their legs. But again, I'll mostly just use this for display and maybe some like toy photography purposes. Now this is something I've wanted to do for a very long time. Now I believe this is every Spinosaurus figure released from Mattel, with the exception of that green and black canceled one, and then maybe like a figure or two of the minis. You know, I didn't really heavily collect those. But we have, let's say, starting over with like the basic figure, which looks like the original, which was a Target exclusive, and then we have the Walmart exclusive, and then we have the Camp Cretaceous, which was everywhere, and I'm so happy that they released it that way. And then the canceled one was somewhere in the mix right there. And then we have the new Walmart exclusive, and then we have the Epic Bites or Bite and Attack Spino, and then a bunch of those like little Snap Squads, and then we have the Mighty Biters, and then this Transformer looking Spino. I never opened this, I just kind of kept it as it is. And then our beautiful Hammond collection Spino leading all the way up to our Super Colossal. If you couldn't tell, the Spinosaurus is my favorite out of all the Jurassic Park dinos. So I did empty my shelf back there, but I believe this is all the Spinos. If I did miss something, then just comment down below. I do want to give you a standalone comparison with our Hammond collection and the Super Colossal. That way you can see the differences within size. And obviously the Hammond collection has a superior paint application. You know, I gotta show you what the Bull T-Rex looks like with this Super Colossal. This is my original one from my childhood. So happy that I saved this. But the Super Colossal is going to just stand over pretty much any normal looking dinosaur. But that's it. That's pretty much it for the new total Super Colossal Spinosaurus from Mattel. This is pretty much the last big Spino item that Mattel needs to put out. You know, we were waiting for the Hammond collection, we were waiting for the Super Colossal. Now that it's here, everything else I think is going to be kind of like repaints or like redecos. I mean, they may add like the Jurassic World Rebirth Spinos to the line to some degree, but from an OG Jurassic Park 3 basis, that's pretty much all of them. But this is such a great piece. I love big items like this. And I mean, if it's anything like the Hammond collection or any previous Spino, jump on it while you can. You don't want to miss out on this because the Spino is so popular that these figures, they sell out quickly. So 50 bucks on the Walmart app. I'll tag it in the tag products below. Get it while you can because it's a really cool piece. And at 3 feet long, this really commands the shelf space. But that's all I got for you. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing and review of the new total Super Colossal Spinosaurus from Mattel. Make sure you connect with me on Instagram and TikTok to stay up to date when new things drop, like anything from the Hammond collection or Spinosaurus related. I also post toy photography and toy videos, things that you won't see here on YouTube. Until then, collectors, I'll see y'all in the next video.